Yo, Facebook fans, Twitter fans, IG fans, culture, universe. This is what to talk about radio. And I'm your host, Jim Jeezy, Dot Motherfucking Mom, aka Bitch, I'm not a rapper. Y'all can call me G the Starflower tonight, the melanated god of love. You heard me. But y'all know what today is, man. It's Wednesday. First and foremost, I want to apologize for Monday. I did not do OG talk because my energy wasn't there. And if my energy isn't there, I cannot present what I need to present to this universe. So I'll rather fall back. So my apologies for that. But tonight, on what to talk about radio, it's making it make sense. You hear me? Like OG talk, I like to get to the young generation, pull a couple of people about the so-called streets, when it's not those streets anymore. But and then on Wednesdays, I like to, mellow shit out and get to the root of the problems and make shit make sense, to the outside world. Because I already got a clear understanding of what it is. You hear me? I'm trying to get y'all to get an understanding of what it ain't. Trapped in the programming. You hear me? But my topic for tonight is, does being dark skinned make you an African? What is your nationality? Most people probably can't even tell me. If I were to ask somebody that, they would definitely say, I'm African. I'm African. I'm an African American. What is an African American though? Y'all need to really sit and ask yourselves that question one day. What is an African American? Okay. It's either you're one or the other. You're either African or you're a so-called American. There is no such thing as an African American. Now, if you want to make it make sense, someone who was born in Africa, like they came out of their mama's pussy in Africa and then moved to America, then they would be an African American. Or those who actually have roots and their ancestors come from Africa and they migrated over here, then they could consider themselves as being African American. Because there are people who live here whose family comes from Africa, whereas though they can actually say that. But those are the people who actually know these things. You know, I'm talking to y'all who don't have actual facts behind the fact that they're labeling you as an African American. You don't know this. You're just going off of he say, she say. But yet y'all won't listen to he say, she say in the streets, but y'all will listen to them tell you who the fuck you are. That's crazy. That's he say, she say too, though. You know that, right? Y'all do know that, right? Okay. I'm just here to make it make sense, man. That's all. So it's like, what is your nationality? Do everyone just believe the fact that just because we are dark-skinned beings that we are from Africa? Is that really the case? You know, like everybody in the world just fell for that one? Or some people? Because for the most part, it seemed like everybody fell for that trick. You know? It really seems like everyone fell for that trick. But like I said, I told y'all multiple times, we cannot get mad at them for orchestrating a plan that worked. We got to get mad at ourselves for falling victim to that plan. You know, we fell victim to that. We didn't have to. We most definitely didn't have to. You know, we chose that. So who do we blame, them or us? All they did was sit back and put a plan together that they felt as though it was going to work for the niggers. You know, it was up for the niggers to fall victim to that or not. And unfortunately, the niggers did. So, do you just live your whole life based off of a lie that was told to you from people who don't even know you? I'm not gonna hold you, man. That whole little plan of theirs definitely was some real shit. Yeah, and it worked against a whole race of people. That's deep. That's deep. For you to have some power like that, to put a plan together that worked for a whole nation of people, not just us though. Like this shit worked for multiple individuals because y'all do know that we wasn't the only ones that were lied to. I keep explaining that to y'all as well. To my Caucasian brothers and sisters, you know, to my Mexicans, my Latinos, y'all do know that it wasn't just us. Y'all do know that you guys were lied to as well. Y'all might need to tap in with y'all and elders or the older people within your families and get a clear understanding of who you really are, or y'all just want to live life based off of what a stranger told you. Shout out to my brother Dean Calloway. You heard me. Hey, he is the whole reason why I even started tapping in with myself and digging up my ancestors history and backgrounds and things like that. So if it wasn't for the brother Dane Calloway, I wouldn't even be on it the way that I'm on it. Even though I'm not gonna hold y'all, I always, even as a kid, I never felt as though I was from Africa. Like, and that's no disrespect to the Africans. I just felt like that wasn't me. That never stuck with me. It never stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at real Africans, people who actually come from Africa, their bone structure in their faces is nothing like ours. It's nothing like ours. And, you know, if you want to really consider someone as black, you know, those who come from Africa, their skin is really black. Like it's really dark black skin. You know what I'm saying? We are not black. This is copper. We are the copper colored people, melanated beings. You hear me? So it's like I climbed myself up out of the matrix. You hear me? I'm no longer a part of the program. And so, you know, when I speak to the universe. I speak for the universe. You hear me? To get our people to get a clear understanding of what it is and what it ain't. You feel me? But it's like if you haven't, you know, done your own homework and investigating your family's background and your family's history of knowing who you really are, you know, as far as your nationality, anyway, we need to, you know, that's the first step is finding out your actual nationality and stop running around here claiming to be a race that you're not, you know? Just because you are a dark-skinned man or a dark-skinned woman doesn't mean that you are from Africa. That's just the game that they played that worked, you know? And I must say it was a very clever plan, you know. The reason why it worked though, let's be real here. I'm gonna be real, all the way real. I don't know no other way to be. But you know, the reason why that plan worked, for one, a lot of our ancestors or the elders within our family, people who were around during these times, they are no longer here to tell us the actual truth. So it's like you gotta really dig in, and you may have to spend some bread in order to get those facts behind those words, you know? But at the end of the day, if you do have to do that, it's worth it, you know? But for the most part, a lot of us melanated beings, and I'm gonna speak for when I say us, I have to, you know, put it out there that way because I am you and you are me. It's just I'm outside of the matrix and you're not. That's the only difference here, you know. But the reason why that plan was so easily done is because, like I said, all of the elders and those who were around during those times are no longer here to actually tell us what's true and what ain't true. So and then the ones that are, don't get it twisted, because there are some people here that know. A lot of people. Y'all know what's crazy though? It's more people outside of our so-called race who know more about our so-called race than we do. That's crazy. So you gotta like really, really, really point the finger at yourselves when it comes to certain shit, because that's crazy. How is it people outside of you that knows more about you than you? Let's make that make sense. But yet, y'all cool and comfortable, collective, with running around, you know, spreading that rumor. That's a rumor. Huh? That isn't a fact. That is a rumor. It's a rumor being spreaded that you are African American. Y'all ain't even know that. That rumor been spreaded for years and decades, and y'all still running with it. Hmm? I am the real white man of this land. That's why I represent that with this white bandana. We are the real white man of this land. This shit right here belongs directly to us. It's not no other way to look at that. You hear me? But that's the reason why they orchestrated the plan that they orchestrated is because they wanted us to feel as though that we were, or our ancestors, or we come from Africa, so it'll make it easier for them to be able to take back what was to take what was taken from us, which is our land, you know. So just think about it. If they got us feeling as though that we're not from here, how will we ever know that this belonged to us? Hmm. Okay. So, at the end of the day, their plan worked. They sat back and they orchestrated this shit. They put this whole situation together and said, yeah, if we were to do this like this, I think that those niggers would fall for it. And guess what? Those niggers fell for it. Hmm? So who do we blame? Who do we point the fingers at? Us or them? I'm gonna go with us. I'm gonna point the fingers directly to us, you know, because at the end of the day, man, we are our biggest problem. We are the reasons behind a lot of what goes on within this world. Us. There's no one else in this world that we can blame for our problems but us, because we can easily fix this shit. But like I said, there are more people that's better off living the life that they're living, knowing that it was a lie, but the fact that they are comfortable with the life that they're living, they're rather just, okay, whatever. And these are the people that actually know. It's just they're that comfortable with the life that they're living that they'll rather keep living that fake ass life versus actually spreading the word and letting our people know that it was all a lie. And they feel as though if they were to use their voice, which our voices are very powerful, but they feel as though versus them using their voice and spreading those messages and putting that truth out there, they would rather sit back and continue to allow them to be slaves or them to make them their slaves, because y'all do know it's more slavery now than it was so-called back then. you know the slavery shit is definitely deep now. If you don't wake up every day, you know that alarm clock in the morning is the whip. That alarm clock in the morning that wakes you up is the whip. Get your ass up, goddamn nigger. You hear me? Yeah, nigger. You gotta be in here at 8. Not 8:01, not 8:02. 8, nigger. If you don't, your nigger ass is fired. Your nigger ass is gonna lose your home. Your nigger ass is gonna lose your car. Your nigger ass is not gonna be able to do nothing if you don't come in here and work your nigger ass for me. And y'all believe that shit, huh? Damn. So y'all really believe that if we were to just stop everything that has to do with the government, that we will not be able to live? We will not be able to eat? We will not be able to survive? Really? How many of y'all had to live with y'all? I mean, no lights. How many of y'all have had y'all lights cut off before? Come on now, my melanated brothers and sisters from the hood. How many of y'all have had y'all lights turned out and had to live and survive without lights? How many of y'all have went months or went a month or days or whatever without food in your home, and you had to survive, right? And you did that, right? Okay. So if it was times where you had to live with no lights in your home and survive that, and if it was times you had to live with no food in your home and you survived that, What makes y'all think that if we were to say fuck them now, that we wouldn't be able to survive? Why is it that y'all feel that way? Why is it that y'all feel as though that we need the government in order for us to live? Why do y'all feel that way? Because that's beyond fucking crazy to me. That's why I say it's more slavery today than it was back then. Because everyone feels as though y'all need them. Without them, you won't be able to survive. Without them, you won't be able to eat, live, the kids not going to be well off, none of that. Y'all feel as though without them, you have nothing. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all do know that we are everything and everything is us? Do y'all know every last story that was told in the so-called history was our stories? They use made-up characters to represent who we are. Every last fucking story that was told from history was us. It wasn't never them. So, they sitting back, they accumulating so much money off of us that it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like they're without us, do y'all understand without us, they have nothing? Like if we were to really tap in and put certain shit out there into the universe, as far as the history, the stories, let them know this is our real history, this is who we really are, pop, pop, pop. If we were to really stand up and push that movement, they would have nothing. They are nothing without us. They need us in order to survive. But y'all feel as though we need them to survive. Y'all got life fucked up. All the way fucked up. Y'all mindset is fucked up. I mean, but I get it because it's like, if your mama wasn't speaking about these things, if your daddy, if your grandmama, your grandpa wasn't speaking about these things to y'all as children, y'all grew up believing what mama and daddy was presenting to y'all, which is the program shit. Why? Because they were programmed, Now, I don't want to sit here and say my grandmother and grandfather was under the programming because I know damn sure they wasn't. My grandmother was the one who let me know that, we were Cherokee Indian. And this was at the age of 5. At that time, I didn't know what a Cherokee or an Indian was. You hear me? But that was told to me. I always remember those words out of everything my grandmother ever said to me, which I'm pretty sure was a lot. That's the only thing that I can really remember that really set within my brain was her telling me that, And she used to get us these books that, had a lot of native shit in there and everything. But like I said, at that time and age, I didn't have no clear understanding of any of it. So, I wasn't really tapped in. I wasn't a lost nigga, but I wasn't tapped in, But like I said, it took for me to lock in with the brother Dane Calloway, and I present that to y'all a lot. I speak on that brother a whole lot because if it wasn't for him, I would still be, lost within that world anyway, But like I said, I never ran with the whole African American theory. Like I never ran with that. Even as a kid, I always felt like I wasn't, It's just like this is a question that I asked y'all. I'm gonna say I can't really say which show it was, but I asked. Matter of fact, it wasn't a show. I was on my live. This is when I first was hitting y'all in the head with this "we not African Americans" and all that, right? And I asked a question to everyone, and couldn't nobody answer this question. I said, "Have any of y'all ever heard y'all granny, grandpa, auntie, uncle, or anyone who was at an older age within your family ever tell y'all any stories about slavery?" Nobody could answer that. I said, have any of y'all ever sat at grandma's house and ever heard any stories being told about Africa? Never heard nothing. So if we never heard these stories in our households from those who were the elders in our families, what makes y'all think that this shit is true? Answer me that. Please answer me that. Anyone. Y'all could comment after the fact of this video, whatever the case may be, but I really want to know, like, have any of y'all ever heard these stories from anybody within your family? Because I didn't. I didn't. I've never heard a story about Africa. I've never heard a story about slavery. So, if I've never heard these stories within my household, why would I live my life believing any of that? How does it make sense? But yet, again, you all chose to be comfortable knowing the not knowing. Knowing the not knowing. So, again, who do we point the fingers at? Us or them? I say us. I raise my hand for us. We have the power to change everything. Do y'all know this? We have the power to change everything right now. Right now. If every one of us was to stand the fuck up and not even just stand the fuck up. You ain't gotta stand up and march. When we pass all that. You know, rest in peace, Martin Luther King, man. Rest in peace to the Malcolm X. You feel me? But we passed all that. Shout out to my sister Good Vibes Only in the building. Love is love, sis. Let me ask you, sis, while you're here. You can put that in the comments, man. What is your nationality? I wish you could come up here and speak with me right now. Oh, she left. That's what I want. I want somebody to actually pull up. You know, I don't even be sharing my lives and none of that shit no more because I'm just here to present what I gotta present to the universe, man. It ain't about who, you know, how many people I can get on my live and none of that. This is not what I'm pushing. So I don't even be sharing the live to everybody and all that like I used to, you know. And for the most part, a lot, like I said, a lot of us are melanated people are comfortable just being and living the life that they're living. You know what I'm saying? They're comfortable with the lie, basically. They are comfortable knowing that our whole life was a lie. They are comfortable knowing that, which is weird to me, you know? That makes you a loose-minded individual. That makes you a gopher. That makes you everything of the above. And in order for us to actually make some sort of changes and y'all world win, right? In order for us to win, we have to have an understanding. We have to wipe out the lies. You have to reprogram yourself. And basically, you know, tap in with self, you know, because I don't know if y'all ever heard someone present this to y'all, but it's definitely been presented to me multiple times that the truth lies within. So if the truth lies within, why are y'all looking for so much out from the outside world when they say the truth lies within? So why are you guys looking for so much from the outside world if the truth is right here? You are the truth. Come on now. You are the truth. You are every fucking thing. And everything is you. Hmm? Claim who you are and start accepting who they telling you are. Claim your nationalities. Tap in with self. Speak to some of the elders within your family that may still be living. If you don't have none that's still living, do your own homework. It's not hard. Get on the census and go back as far as you can and just go off of that. You know, write down addresses, old addresses that your families, because they show all that. Homes that they lived in. I found out my people owned homes. My ancestors owned homes on the plantations, right? So if the plantations were for the slaves, how were they owning homes on the plantation? Like, come on now. Let's make it make sense. You know, if you are a slave, you don't own anything. You're ran by a slave owner. You don't own shit. Ain't that what they say? Or I suppose they had went. Yeah, all right. So, you know, if my ancestors, my great great grandfather owned multiple homes on plantations, so what does that mean? Oh, I'm not black. Oh, okay, okay. You know, I'm not. I am a melanated being. I am the copper skin. We are the real Indians, the real natives of this land. Big wild Indian shit. You heard me? Tap in, man. Please. I am begging y'all to tap in with yourselves. Like I'm being so fucking honest right now, man. Like tap in with yourself. In order for you to do that, you have to go to self. You have to isolate yourself away from everyone and everything that you are used to. You have to, even if it takes you. Hey, if your mom is still living, whoever that can watch your kids, man, listen, I'm gonna need you to do this for me. I need to go to self for a minute. You know, get a clear understanding of who I am and you know what life is for me. You know, some of y'all really need to do that. Because as long as y'all are surrounded by the outside world activities, which is the matrix and the things that they threw in our face and presented to us to make us be off balance, as long as y'all still adapting to that shit, you're never going to get a clear understanding of who you are, what it is, and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna always be a lost nigga. You are always going to be a joke to them. Stop making yourself the joke. Hmm? You want to be the joke of the party? Do you? I'm letting you know that's who you are right now. You are the joke. You are the laughing stock. You feel me? Them motherfuckers sit back eating they goddamn steak and lobsters and whatever else the fuck they put in their weird ass bodies while sitting back watching like they don't even gotta watch TV. They don't watch TV because the shows that's being presented on TV they created. So they don't watch TV. They sit back and they watch the internet. They watch the internet, YouTube, and motherfuckers pages because they know what they're gonna see. Us acting like fucking fools. Us adapting to everything that they put out there for us to adapt to. That's what they're gonna see. They're gonna sit back happy as hell, looking like, look, guys, our fucking plan worked. Look at those niggas. Hmm. But my topic for tonight does having dark skin make you African? What is your nationality? I'm going to tell you having dark skin does not make you an African. And I'm going to say African. I'm not going to say African American because I don't even have an understanding of what that is. I don't know what an African American is. I did break it down to my knowledge at the beginning of the show, but at the end of the day, I don't know. That's some bullshit they made up within their bullshit ass world, you know, literally. So just because you are a dark skinned brother or dark skinned sister does not mean that you are from Africa. Because and for the most part, you're not. You're not. And if you ever had that thought within your head, you should have stuck with that, ran with that, and looked deeper into that. And, for those who didn't, it's never too late. You can go tap in with self right now and get a clear understanding of everything, the same way I did. Just because you grew up a certain type of way and you grew up around a certain type of people doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to go out here and do what needs to be done. Far as getting a clear understanding of who the fuck you are. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in, I can't say some fucked up households because I never grew up in a fucked up household. I can't really say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always a leader and I always made sure certain shit didn't occur within my homes. So it's like I stood on all 10. Baby Hair Beautiful. Peace and blessings, goddess. Hey, I'm glad you popped up because I did want at least one person to come up and say and speak on this topic. Does being dark skinned make you an African? Can you speak on that, goddess? Let me know if you can. If not, I'm gonna just keep on presenting what I present to the universe. But like I said, man, for those who, sitting around, cause for the most part, a lot of y'all sitting around not doing nothing. Like y'all have all the time in the world to go out there and find out the truth. Like, cause you sit in the back just watching lies all day. So if you can sit back and watch lies and listen to lies, why not go dig for the truth? Hmm? What's so hard about that? Why not go dig for the truth? My brother Larry Stacks in the building, big MRM Mafia. Hey, bro, I would want to ask you. I wanted to get somebody up here to actually ask them this question and shit, bro, before I end my show. Because, like, I already delivered what I needed to be delivered to the universe. You feel me? I did my part, as I always do. But that's something that I really had to speak on because a lot of us is running around here really believing that shit, you know? And it's time for us to wake the fuck up, man. It's really time for us to wake the fuck up. Hey, Stacks, pull up on me, bro. I just want to ask you a question based off this topic. Hold up. Matter of fact, let me go to my brother real quick. I'm gonna play something that was. Yeah, I took me a shot tonight, y'all. Oh, come on. I just accepted you up, bro. Let me see. One of the joints. Give me a sec, y'all. I'm gonna play some shit. I hope they not tweaking again, Stacks, on the bullshit. Let me find one. Let me see. Let me find the white one that I would want to play for right now. Why Indians and Negroes are the same. Okay, we ain't gonna get into that. Uh, Active laws, social and clause. American education system. The late delivery of black women. I'm trying to find it. Alright, we're gonna go with this one. I'm gonna tap in. Yeah, they probably on the bullshit stack.
There is the therapeutic aspect of
Well,
music.
still saying, you gotta accept it.
Alright. 1, 2.
This the brother Dane Calloway. This video is did history writers make it up? Meaning our history.
Naked announcement. It's go time, Cliff.
Oh man, fuck him, bro. I wanted your voice to be on here because I wanted you to, I go live on my live stream too. But I wanted to ask you that question, bro.
All of this about to change too. All the stuff that y'all see right here about to change. I'm gonna have it set when the comments can be seen a lot more clear, or the chat rather.
We're gonna listen in on my brother Dan Calloway right now, man. Like I said, he is the reason why I'm at the level that I'm at right now.
It's only talking about like I have 2 books when technically I have 3, and here come 2 more. So I'm trying to, before I change it, I'm trying to.
I tried again, Stack.
Add those in there too, but we didn't officially name the second one that's getting ready to roll out before the first one.
I just said to another one, let me know if you got it.
Technically it's 3, but my wife and I are taking our time on those, making sure everything is right. But the third book is it was told in reverse, and the only thing I had for that is I don't even have. Do I have it here? Let me see. Through compulsory educational institutions, vulnerable children were taught as young students about the topic of U.S. history, a mandatory learning curriculum. These young students were forced to study and comprehend all the information provided by their teachers concerning this topic, to pass multiple tests and possibly graduate toward the next grading level without strict supervision at home from their parents concerning what their children learned in school. These students eventually became adults that were indoctrinated with detailed information about U.S. history, which they now believe is the absolute truth without any doubts or room for questioning its accuracy or validity. This type of social engineering experiment systematically manipulated millions of Americans' mindsets into a one-directional belief system to the point where the offspring.
That one-directional belief system was the believing that we were from Africa.
Of the indigenous Niji, who are misclassified today as African Americans or Black Americans, who believe that their direct ancestors were somehow captured by anonymous European Caucasian sailors from random parts of West Africa, and then forcefully migrated to North America to work as slaves for foreigners from another continent. This folklore is commonly known today as the transatlantic slave trade story. However, essential details.
So they basically trying to make it as if like our ancestors were captured from over in Africa and brought here to work as slaves, and that's how we got here. That whole bullshit story was made up and thrown out there for us to believe, so we wouldn't have a clear understanding that this was our land and it was taken or stolen by us or finessed, however the shit went, by them. So that's why they made up that whole fucking story, So we would never have an understanding of what it really is. And it works. Can't get mad at them for orchestrating a plan that worked. We got to get mad at ourselves for falling victim to it. And yes, but at the end of the day, we can make the change right now, fix everything, and get this world back to what it's supposed to be. But yet, we're so caught up within the matrix, so we're so hooked on going against each other instead of building with each other and making some shit happen, kicking down some doors. You feel me? Getting back what belongs to us. So y'all comfortable with struggling with paying rent. Y'all comfortable with struggling with paying bills. Y'all comfortable with struggling with not having food or having to find ways for your kids to eat. Y'all comfortable with that shit. That's what y'all telling me? Y'all comfortable with having to go through that type of shit when we don't have to? Huh? Yeah.
Of the story did not happen the way that we were all told by strangers in school. Not only was this deceitful story drastically manipulated.
Strangers in school. That's why I said in the beginning of the show, y'all allowed strangers to tell you who you are. Okay.
And even exaggerated by design, but it was also told to us in reverse. This book is made available to order June 30th, 2022. Order your copy today to learn more. Yeah, that's all I have is the commercial. So I'm gonna have to, and that's a little long. I think that's like 50 seconds long. But
Ray Mayotte here. When you need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Let's say you'll need headlights and the bumper. At least you can skip the car wash. Just go to eBay Motors to check needs a guaranteed fit. Let's ride.
That book did very well. That book did so good that I'm gonna have to my wife and I are gonna do some things differently with the new books that's coming out, because that one sold out 3 times and Amazon couldn't keep up with the orders, which is a good thing, but that made a lot of people have to wait, like including myself. Like, of course I had copies that has the not for sale on it, but I wanted my own copy, and I had to wait for 3 weeks in order for my book, to both of them, my paperback and my hardcover, and they look good. And I'm not even trying to be funny here, man. They look so good, but it took so long because everything kept selling out. But shout out to y'all for making that happen. But Amazon should have been better than that. So we're gonna do a different. We're gonna do something totally different. So that doesn't happen. Oh, and another thing, I'm glad I thought about this. People that were asking me for the audiobooks, that's coming. I didn't want to go through Amazon. I'm gonna be real. Amazon they wanted too much exclusivity. Is that the word I want to use? I don't want to hand them my rights. Like, basically, let me straight up tell you, I don't want to hand them over my rights. Like, nah, where they own a piece, and no, y'all didn't do anything. No. So we're gonna do it differently. It's still gonna be there, guys. I promise you that. That's coming. But yeah, they were trying to be, on top of everything, trying to own this and own that. I'm like, nah, that's not what I want here. That's not what's gonna happen. And they were trying to make me change some stuff, and that's not gonna happen. Like, if you see me, for example, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Netflix or Hulu, if they reach back out again and they tell me, all right, so I have creative control, and we don't have to change something up, you can stay the same, that's when you're gonna see me on there. Besides that, I'm not changing nothing. I'm not about to tweak this narrative. I'm not about to do it to their liking. That's not gonna happen. When I show this research up on screen, that's what I'm showing up could care less how much you offer. Okay? I could care less. I want the message out and I want it out properly. But to go into what's happening next year is up. And I mean that. Y'all hear Kanye? It's up. I'm telling the truth. Next year, it's going to be impactful. Next year, I'm going to do a lot of different things that you haven't seen me done. A lot of people ask me to do, which is to make this message spread a lot further than it has been. And it has been. It's been beyond YouTube. It's been beyond books. It's been beyond videos. It spread it to Instagram, TikTok. It spread it to a couple movies. Me and my wife had to shake up a couple people. But there's a video game. It's so many things that's happening, y'all. That's when I'm gonna show you this next year coming up. And on top of what I'm doing as well, I'm doing some things differently to just to make sure that this is happening.
I just want to get to where my brother was speaking on it.
Story. How long are we going to sit up here and celebrate holy days as holidays that we did not create? How long are you willing to allow somebody else to call you whatever they want to call you? They calling you African American and Black. Our people did not create these social constructs and agree on them. Nowhere in history will you find that. How long are we willing for this to continue? When we raising our generations up in the same BS, bad sociology, and we just sitting back letting it happen? I'm here to make sure that that's gonna stop, cease. It's never, I'm talking about won't exist. Our mindsets need to change. So it's not about, yeah, Dane, no, but you saying that we're the Aboriginals, you saying that we the Indians, but we the Hebrews, we the Christians, we the this and the that. Notice how you always go to religion as soon as you started naming yourself who you are. And if not, you'll say that you're Africans by way of some type of diaspora that happened, and you can't even name one war that happened in West Africa in order for some pale-faced foreigners to come capture you from anywhere in Africa. I hit the mic. From anywhere in Africa, for you to come back over here to slave for them, in which they are also still foreign to this land as well. You handed them too much power. What Kanye say in that song? Did he say one man can have all that power? How does that happen? How does one man have all that power? Because you've given it to them by way of manipulation and using your imagination. Your extension of beliefs is based on creativity. Another term for that is conceptualism. And then you paint the picture in your head, which is significantly called conceptual arts, and you run with it. And you turn that into his story. That's what we have to change, y'all. Kick him out. Let it go. I'm trying. Let it go. Tell him get out.
Get out of my sight. Get out of my sight. Get out of my sight.
We have to let it go. It's been happening for years and decade after decade. Just imagine millions of people, in which this is happening right now, but just imagine it. Millions of people that are considered citizens who reside in the landmass called America decide that this
TikTok. Download now.
You created the U.S. Constitution while this government was a republic, not a democracy. As soon as you recreated the Constitution in 1871, now all of a sudden, this government is a democracy and works under that systematically. Only, strictly. That's what we have to change. And I broke this down. There's a video on my channel about that already, like 2 or 3 of them. I broke down the differences. I broke down what's supposed to happen, what it really is. Wait a minute, accept this comment. The D3D, accept this comment, y'all. Look at this comment, y'all. Look at this comment right here. Hold on. Look at this. Constitution is prostitution. They made a mockery of our people in the past because we had our own governments. They were called confederations. They made a mockery of our way of civilization that was already pre-existing prior to them getting here. Keep that in mind. And took it upon themselves to rearrange some rules and regulations so it could go in their favor. This is still happening today. Who is they? Foreigners, incoming foreigners. And they're going to select which foreigners is going to work for. If you from Haiti, you don't get the benefits. Haiti, no, you don't get the benefits. No. Oh, you from North Africa? Come on over here, y'all good. Come on. You're going to free credit. You're going to be labeled white. You see what I'm getting at? They are hand selecting. Okay, here's another thing. There's a video that I have out right now showing you how much money that the U.S. government has to dish out to other countries of other continents based off of their relationship, their own individual relationship, where one government is recognizing this government as its own nation. I like that, October. Pimp picking. That's exactly what they're doing. And in order to keep that recognition going, they pay them millions of dollars every year. So guess who the U.S. government is in debt with? It's not one specific person. It's themselves. It's themselves. This whole time we thinking that we in debt to somebody else, some other foreign country like China, for example, because China is basically at the top when it comes to the trade. But technically, no, it's the government. It's the government in debt with themselves. The reason why is because they still ditching out their resources to other people. What I mean by resources is their paper money, which is still technically not paper money, it's all thin air, which is credit. Same thing as debit, credit, debit, their credit. But their credit is their form of, not reliability, what am I looking for? It's their form of recognition with their reputation. There we go. Their reputation with the particular country in another continent or of another continent. That's their form of credit. But once again, they are still paying these people millions to billions of dollars every year. Every year. And I showed you that. There's no skipping. If they miss one payment, the relationship with that particular country is shot. Remember, they brought in Obama to make sure that he built up a great relationship with a particular country or a particular part of Africa, rather. Let me be real here. And their particular government, so they can be recognized as an ally. But the only time you gain allies honest, based off of their historically, let me just say it that way. Based on historical information, the way you gain allies is to provide aid for them. What is the aid? The aid consists of military aid or economic relief. Or check this out, or you give them another opportunity to change their life by allowing them to become dual citizens within this country. Right here. Now y'all don't gotta worry about nothing. What we're gonna do is set y'all up with the label white, with the construct, the social construct of white. That social construct grants you great credit. You get loans from the banks. You'll be qualified to get a beautiful house. You'll be qualified to get land. You'll be in the best schools. You'll still be indoctrinated, but you'll be in the best schools of the best schools. You'll be in a particular area where it can be people that look like you. You won't have to worry about the riffraff. They get it all. And on top of getting aid from the government on a monthly basis, some of you may call it welfare. They're looking out for the welfare.
Remember what I said about motherfuckers being comfortable? You hear what my brother just said?
Welfare of their own people, not us. You heard what I said, right? Yeah, Morocco was the first one. If you go back on my video, I think, man, I can't think of the name of it right offhand, but I showed you that Morocco gets money, cash money from the government every year. But they were the first to recognize this U.S. government as a nation. They were the first to recognize it as a full-fledged nation. And that should also make you go back and wonder, all of a sudden, Indian tribes became right around the time of Donald Trump was trying to elevate his casinos, but had competition based off of particular Indian or particular Native American nations. Let me say it correctly. As his direct competition, when they classified themselves as a nation and those nations were infiltrated by the mobs. You pick them. The Italian mobs, you pick them. Because think about it, if you go back to the movies like
just bought one of your books. I appreciate that, Montana. Look, I don't know which one it is, but I hope it's the genealogy one. If you ain't get it done, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But the 13% is gonna be the spark to start the fire. It's only going to take 13% of our population in order to get it done. Everybody else will follow suit because, once again, the rest of those people are followers. That's the reason why they're too scared to be leaders. The 13% are their own group of leaders. We're all leaders in this 13% round. You ain't gonna be able to tell the difference between each other. But we all leaders talking the same thing, focused on the same goals, getting the same things done for our people, for the next generation. From these companies, all we doing is making these other companies rich. These large companies. It's Christmas. What's that?
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live because my phone died twice, y'all. But I wanted to get that information out there for my brother Dane Calloway. But for those who do end up tapping in and listening to this, I want y'all to go tap in with bro. And then I want y'all to tap in with yourselves. Understand who you are. Get a clear understanding of who you are, what it is, and what it ain't. Because we all been lied to. You hear me? Love is love. Stay blessed. Stay highly favored. I am G the Starflower, melanated god of love, here to break chains and break cycles. This was What to Talk About Radio, making it make sense. My topic for tonight was, does being dark-skinned make you an African? What is your nationality? Tap in. Stay woke.